And let's talk about management packs and views. We have already talked about two different types of management packs. We are going to introduce the third management pack, which is actually separating the application pack into two different sections, Microsoft Shop and non-Microsoft Shop. We call it other management packs. And then we learn how to install them and how to view the information of them. As we talked about in the past, we mentioned that the management packs are nothing but a preset groups and preset rules in order to capture some events. You have some base management packs, which has something to do with the operating system, and then you have application management packs, which have something to do with additional applications that you add on top of your operating system, such as perhaps Microsoft Message Queue. By the way, there is a debate about Microsoft Message Queue. Some administrators, they call it as a base because it's a service. Some people, they add it as an add-on. So it depends how you look at it. And of course, you have SQL, you have Exchange, you have whatever you install off back office. And of course, you have other categories like Oracle. You might want to capture Oracle events. You might want to capture third-party applications that you have. So let's go through these base management packs one more time. There's a table on page 9 and 10 and 11 on module 6. Let's discuss them again. You got Microsoft Routing and Remote Access Service. Obviously, any laptop user that wants to use public switch telephone network or VPN perhaps in order to connect to your RAS server and be part of your network basically generates so many different events. You can capture all of them. Some of the alerts that might raise has been listed on page 9. As you see, you have perhaps security failure, maximum number of local area network interfaces, dial-in interfaces, and so forth. I don't want to get into every single detail of this table. I just wanted to refer to some of them as an example. I consider this particular page 9, 10, and 11 as a reference for you, so you can refer to it later on, and by the time you want to set it up, you understand how to deal with it. As an example, let's go to page 10 and pick up DNS perhaps. On the DNS, the alerts might raise out of these management packs that are already set for you is like DNS is not available. Shortage of available memory is impacting DNS. DNS has detected corrupt registry data or DNS naming conflicts. These are some of the alerts that might raise. You can add more to it if you like. You could actually go and modify them. As you see on this screen also, you see MOM. MOM has its own management packs. You could basically go and capture that. So for those of you who want to manage MOM itself, you could consider MOM management pack and manipulate those events. If you go through the custom installation, by the time you're installing Microsoft Operations Manager and do not select management packs, the only management packs that you get is MOM. So MOM is there no matter what. You cannot reduce MOM out of the management packs. It's already there. It's mandatory. It has to be there. So you could just leverage it and take advantage of it. Not to mention that there are application management packs, like for IIS, for proxy server, SNA. By the way, there is no more SNA. The name has changed. They call it Host Integration Server. We used to have SNA 3.0 and then 4.0. They totally removed that, and now you have HIS, which allows you to connect to IBM mainframe, AS400s, and so forth. You have IIS.NET services and so forth. And then, of course, you got other categories on page 12, like Oracle, SAP, or NetIQ. How to install these management packs anyways? Well, first of all, let's learn how to create one. Basically, if you have a processing rule, you could right-click at it and say export it as a management pack, as you did before in previous lab. And then that creates an AKM file for you. And then you could simply go to a specific processing rule, right-click at it, and say import my management pack. And that points you to a specific location, and you could import that. You have an option to merge the existing management pack with what you already have. When I say merge, there might be some conflicts over there. So you have an option. You have two sets of merges, either updating or adding a new copy of it, or totally replace the whole thing. Now, basically, Microsoft gives you default management packs that gives you up to 25 million alerts. And basically, these alerts can be generated per day. If you turn them all on, you are definitely not be able to work with mom efficiently. So that's why they are not turned on by default. You have to go and set that accordingly. It is critical for you to have a specific lab environment. We call them a pilot system. You don't have to have exact same network of your company in that lab. All you need to have just a sample of the servers that are available. It is worthwhile to go and spend that money and simulate your network environment into that pilot system. And then, of course, you install the management packs part of the pilot system, make sure that everything works, and then you go and apply it into your production environment. Failing to do so might cause so many problems. And as a consultant, we always recommend that you should have that. If you don't have it, make one now. Request those servers and have it to be installed. It gives you also the benefit of a luxury in regard to, recovery, for disaster recovery. If you have exact same duplicate, it is the easiest way to just burn an image of your existing hard drives on, let's say, actual servers, and have your pilot system to be totally isolated of the entire network. So even though something happens, you can replace the hard drives without having any problem, but not to forget to do the backup and restore on them accordingly. So you could choose a strategy by the time you're going to, install the management pack. As you see on page 14, you have two different strategies. It says you could basically choose either the installation over some of those production servers. You could basically install all those management packs, turn them all on, and then figure it out which one do you want, or disable them all and go slowly. It's totally up to you. By the way, we are not talking about turning all those management packs on. I'm talking about one category at a time, and then see what kind of events you're looking forward to have. After you install the management packs, it's time to go and view the information. Now, you are starting to discuss the monitor node now. As you see, part of the monitor nodes, you got two different views. You got the public view, which is common among all administrators, as well as people who are managing this MOM over the web. They can visit this information, or you could have a private view. You could have private view under my view operation, or under public view, which is belong to all administrators at the same time. The information about the public view is being stored under all users. The information about my view, it would be stored under your profile on that server. So that's why no one else can see it. So what do you have in there anyways? You can create your own views the way you want it. You can basically right-click on each folder and create your own basically folder, or create a variety of different views. Depends how you want to look at them. You want to, view a specific computer group. You want to view a computer as a standalone. You want to view alert, events, computer performance, anything that you like. They have their own specific screen for you. So as you see on page 16, there are a variety of different views available. As I mentioned, computer group, list computer groups. You could filter them, of course. You could go through computers and so forth. That page 16 as a table refers to this particular menu that allows you to go and create a specific views. That is true for my view as well. You get the exact same listing. After you create the view, you could basically view it, or you could find a particular alert or event. There's a specific demonstration that allows you to see how you're using the management packs. Let's go through it.